So this isn't a video I planned on making. Oh boy, where do I begin? I'll just say it. You've seen the title, you've read the title. I've been banned from buying from a charity shop. Not banned from going into it, not like there's a bounce on the door telling me I can't come in, but I can't buy anything from this particular charity shop. Now, I'm not going to say which one it is. You might be able to work it out if, well, I don't know. I don't want you to work it out because that's part of my discussion I'll make in a bit. This one's going to be a little bit all over the place, but I'm going to try and make sense of what's happened, why it's happened, what it means for me going forward, but also the wider picture of just filming in charity shops in general and also reselling in general. Because I guess as a small-time YouTuber, and I am small-time, I'm not, I haven't got a far-reaching audience. I just didn't think it would happen to me. Not when you've got resellers with huge subscriber counts and sort of international fan bases seemingly getting away with it, no problem. But this is very much an isolated issue in terms of this particular charity shop chain, which I'm not going to mention, but it is a Devon chain, so it's not, not nationwide. But yeah, the way it's come about is just strange in a way, but it does relate back to a video I made last year. I think it was last year. I think it was titled something along the lines of banning resellers from charity shops. And funny enough, it's happened to me, and it's actually the same chain of charity shops that person got banned. So if you want to go back and watch that video first, that paints more of a picture of why they were banned from that particular shop. And I go into detail about the sort of pros and cons of resellers in charity shops anyway, and I'll try and gloss over that a little bit in this one, but I'm sure I mention it too. So yes, I have been banned from a particular charity shop in Devon. It's where I live. It's not too far from me. I wouldn't mind so much if it was a crap one, but it's one of my favourites. Was one of my favourites, and I had a great working relationship with the manager there, who I'm not going to name for obvious reasons. And we had a great working relationship, but he was the only manager of a charity shop that knew what I did, and he was happy with that. But make no odds about it, he was happy with what I did. I come in, I spend a fair amount of money each time I went in, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds plus every time I went in, because there's a load of stock there, great prices. They were getting a nice sort of lump sum of donations. I was getting stock to resell on eBay or keep for myself. However I wanted to use the goods that I bought. However, went in there earlier today, said hi, and was told, oh, Chris, I need a word. I said, okay. And he basically told me that higher management, middle management, whatever, his boss has made the decision that I am not allowed to shop in that shop anymore. And initially I thought, nah. But then he said, no, I'm really sorry. I'm serious. That's it. And I was like, wow, okay. I genuinely did not know what to say. I just sort of stood there for a bit and thought, so I sort of looked around thinking, I hope there aren't any like bangers in here because I'm not going to be able to buy them. So I said, am I allowed to buy for myself? No. Can I phone this person up and explain? No, they don't want to. They don't want to know. They've seen my videos somehow. They've seen me film in this particular shop, which I was fine to do. Never had a problem with that. But this particular person has obviously seen what I do. The clincher was the markups. They were not happy. They didn't mind the filming so much. They didn't like the markups that I was generating, buying stuff from this shop, reselling on eBay for the higher price. So the markups was the main issue they have with this. I really want to phone them up and tell them, just because they have no idea the amount of effort we resellers have to put in to get that markup. Charity shop managers that frown upon resellers, middle management, CEOs, doesn't matter who you are. If you've never sold on eBay, if you've never resold something, you have no idea what we do. You have no idea how difficult it is to build up your eBay store, not receive negative feedback, send things out on time, process goods, wrong order, I know. The amount of effort that goes in buying something, cleaning it up, making sure there aren't any issues with it, listing it, storing it, sending it out, making sure the packaging is correct. So much goes into it, way more than a charity shop will ever have to just do to sell their wares. They get donations, they might clean the donations, they probably won't. They might steam them, iron them, they probably won't. Then they just hang them on a rail or wherever with a price, and that's that. We buy said item, it might be stained, it might be broken, it might need, bringing back to full health. We put so much effort in to generate, yes, more money, but we've got an audience, we've got the world at our fingertips. Our audience, our customer base is global. The charity shop's customer base is just whoever walks through that front door. And I mentioned this in the other video that I mentioned before, so I won't go into it too much. But this is the thing that really irked me from this sort of conversation I had. As I said, we didn't leave on a bad note. I've got nothing against the manager. He was just acting upon what he'd been told. But whoever this person is, this middle management, job's worth, I'm going to say that because they have no idea the amount of effort we have to put in order to generate that money. And it's not like we get the items for free. We have to pay for these items. We pay tax, we pay eBay fees, or whichever platform you use. We have to pay a lot of unwanted fees and sort of taxes, you could say, in order to sell these products. So it did upset me a little bit. I think I've had a really good working relationship in this charity shop since I started reselling. It featured in one of my earliest videos, and it got me thinking as well. I haven't filmed in this particular charity shop in well over a year. So they must have just by chance looked at an older video of mine, seen that I was in this particular shop, seen that I bought something that maybe I did or didn't sell, because back then I didn't have as much of a clue as to what to pick up to sell on, and then obviously jumped to conclusions and said, no, we're not having you in this shop at all. And like I said, it wasn't about the filming, it was never about the filming, it was about the markup. The fact that I can generate a much higher price of selling on eBay than they can in a charity shop. Well, yes, doesn't take a rocket scientist to work that out. Of course we can. Like I said, bigger audience, better photos, better customer service, has to be said. You are taking an item, to go out of your way, finding an item, taking the item, processing it, and then listing it for the world to see. Of course, we're going to be able to generate a higher price. That's what this game's all about. The short of the long is, I will no longer be going to that charity shop sourcing, which is a great shame because, like I said, it was one of my favourites. And I've been let down by middle management really not accepting reseller stigma. What is a stigma? Not accepting resellers for who they are. Why does it? I mentioned this in the other video. Why does it matter if we resell what we've bought? You've set a price. We've paid the price. Doesn't matter what we do with it. We could keep it for ourselves. We could go outside and burn it. We could donate it again. We could give it to a family member or a friend, or we could resell it. It doesn't matter. Once we pay the price that you are asking for it, doesn't matter what we do with it. But there we go. So that's it. I'm banned. I've never thought it would happen. Not this early on. But this got me wondering. And, I've had a drive home and I was thinking about this. And I'm thinking, if I hadn't filmed in the shop, if I hadn't shown what I bought from the shop on YouTube, given that information to viewers, I'd probably still be allowed to shop there. The fact I was a reseller was accepted, at least by the manager. That was fine. I always made that sort of open. I always made that very clear. But the fact they've seen what I've bought and the values that I've achieved on eBay, that's what's brought the sort of hammer down, so to speak. The fact that I have been able to achieve what I said I would hope to be able to, buying things from that particular shop and selling them online. So where does this leave me in terms of filming in charity shops? I don't know. This is the sort of second part, is that I don't make any money from YouTube. I don't know what the threshold is. I don't know if it's 1,000 subs or not. I don't know I don't know what the threshold is in order to make money from YouTube. I don't make that many views on the grand scheme of things. That's fine. I don't mind. I don't make money from YouTube. YouTube is something I enjoy doing, but ultimately, like I said, I don't gain any financial incentives from it. Like, there are none. So if I'm filming in these shops and other shops also say, I don't want you shopping here, that's more and more sources that are being wiped out, extinguished even from me, that I can't potentially buy stock from to make money, to then make a little bit, make a positive impact on my family's life. And I can't have that. I can't let that happen. I can't let that happen. And it's not like I've been banned from like a British Heart Foundation or an Oxfam. Couldn't give a rat's arse, mate. Couldn't give a rat's arse. They're overpriced. They are pricing at eBay. Stuff isn't selling. But charity shops are actually priced things well. And I've always maintained, I've given praise to these charity shops pricing things well. Never said a bad word about them. But I've been banned because I'm obviously capitalising on the good prices. So that's that. So although I had some footage from this morning from another charity shop, I'm not going to release it because I'm a little bit apprehensive that this might be a chain reaction and other shops might catch wind of what I'm doing. I don't want to get banned from other shops. I really don't. I cannot rely on other sources to make this hobby, I guess you can call it, worthwhile for me. As much as charity shops are frustrating, I need to be able to go into them and buy things from the select few that I do go in order to make this reselling gig worthwhile. So if I'm getting banned left, right and centre, there's no point in doing this, is there? And I'm hoping it's going to be a one-off. But there's a second part to this, okay? There's a second part to this. So after I was sort of ushered out, we shook hands. I said, look, all the best for the future, but, you won't see me again. And that's fine. So sort of went back to my car and drove to the next town up, because they've got a couple of charity shops too. That might have given the game away, but if you're local, but we'll see. And went into a particular charity shop, and I bought two things. And I'm not going to show you what they are because I might give the game away as well. But I was speaking to the ladies there in the charity shop. Lovely, lovely, lovely ladies. And I bought these two items. And one of the ladies says, oh, I know you because you've got a YouTube channel. I cannot tell you how far my heart sank when she said this, because I thought, lightning's going to strike twice here, isn't it? I'm not going to be able to buy these things. Fortunately, cut a long story short, we had an incredible chat about all things charity shopping and reselling. And if you're watching this, and I'm not going to mention your name, but you know who you are, thank you so much for helping me out in a dark spell. I really needed those positive affirmations after what happened earlier. And she said that this is, again, another local charity shop chain. And she said that she watches my videos. I was like, great, thanks. But she also said that she'd mentioned this to the area manager of this particular chain of charity shops. And she wasn't sure if by saying that, I would potentially get barred from this other charity shop in the town that I got barred from. That makes sense? I was like, oh no, not that one as well. Not that one as well. But she said, look, next time I see her, I'll put a good word in saying that I am basically giving money to charity. I spent £30 today in the charity shop that I'm not banned from. And she said, if I wasn't there, they wouldn't have made £30. It doesn't matter if I'm reselling. It doesn't matter if I'm buying for myself. They are getting a lot of money for charity from me, who's just a member of the public. like anyone else that walks into that shop. It doesn't matter what I do with it, now that I've bought it, they've got the money and they're happy. So we had a good old conversation about this, and it brought my confidence level back up again, because I was feeling a bit down about it, as I'm sure you would. So, but yeah, again, here is my sort of the difficulty going forward is I don't want to get banned from any more charity shops. I do like showing charity shop footage because it's interesting, isn't it? It's nice to see what is about in various charity shops and what they've got. But if it's going to end up in me being banned in places, I don't need that. I really don't need that. I already, put it this way, in my local town there are 13 charity shops. I frequent 2 of them. That's it, because all the others are overpriced, full of crap, not worth going in. Just my choice, that's fine. You know, everyone's different. But I can't afford to lose the select few charity shops that I do choose to go into for the sake of a YouTube video that's not going to make me any money. At the end of the day, it comes down to money. Unfortunately, that's just my choice. This is what reselling is about. It's fun, it's enjoyable, but at the end of the day, your aim is to make money to either reinvest or put towards life goals. I've got some life goals. I want to help out my family as best as I can in these trying times. I want a particular car that I'm saving up for, which is going to take a lot of time and effort, but I'm getting there, right? I can't do that if charity shops are banning me for pretty pathetic reasons, if I'm honest. So that's where I stand. So going forward, I don't know if I'm going to be filming in charity shops. I don't know. Certainly not locally. I think further afield is okay, because I won't be going to them as frequently, and the chance of me being sort of like recognised, I guess, is less. I was saying, the lady I was talking to watched one of my videos on the off chance, because she's into that thing too, and recognised charity shops that I've been into. So I think that's the thing. If people recognise the locations that I'm in, and I go to them on repeat occasions, then that's perhaps where the danger for me lies. So yeah, if shops are being identified easily in that regard, then yeah, word is going to get out. Even though I'm small time, if word's getting out that I'm doing what I do in their charity shops, then they might have a word. And also, actually, I had a comment a couple of weeks ago, no, maybe longer than that, a couple of months ago, from a charity shop chain in Plymouth that said, well, to be fair, give them their due, they said, we don't mind you buying things in our shops to sell online, but we don't want you filming in our shops. I was like, do you know what? That's absolutely fine. Like, I respect that. That's fine. That phrase is better to seek forgiveness than beg for permission, or however it goes. That's absolutely fine. So I won't film there again. But they've said that I can. They're happy me buying things in there to sell online. So there's that mutual appreciation there from that charity shop chain. So thank you to. And if you go back a few videos and you'll see, I'm not going to mention who they are, but just thank you for that. But yeah, actively banning me for buying things to resell because I'm not allowed to do it apparently in that charity shop, I think it's pretty, I don't know, pretty mean. I'll try not to swear. I don't want to swear, but I think it's pretty ridiculous. So there we go. So that's that. So yeah, I didn't expect that to happen today. To be honest, I really didn't expect that to happen. Yeah, just odd. Of all the charity shops I go to, the fact that was the one where the manager knew what I did and was happy with it, that was the one that I didn't think would go south, but it has. So is the moral of the story, don't tell anyone what you do? No one else knows, apart from the ladies in the charity shop I spoke to earlier. No one else knows what I do. Then again, I guess in other charity shops, I'm not buying the quantity of stuff that I was in the one I'm now banned from. So it's less obvious as to what I'm doing. I'm just buying like mainly men's clothing and maybe the odd women's bit that maybe assumed to be something for my wife. I don't know. I say I'm reading into it too much. But yeah, like I said, I won't be going there ever again, I guess. Which is a shame, because I've got some great memories there. I'd say for the last, 3 years, I think it's been, I spent hundreds and hundreds of pounds there on stuff. And it's hundreds of pounds that, okay, other people might be buying it instead, but not in the quantity I was. Like, no way near the quantity I was. And I think the other sad thing is that apparently other resellers, other people who went in for the same things that I went into for, which was just allowed, that's fine, they're banned as well. So I feel bad that what I've done has had a knock-on effect to other people that would frequent that shop, because they can't do what they were doing earlier. But if you've watched back, say, if you go back to the video that I made again last year about it, it's exactly the same principle, exactly the same premise as what's happened, is that goods have been donated, they've been bought by a dealer, a manager in that charity shop, middle management, whatever, has seen the same goods for sale at a local market at a higher price after they've been done up, by the way, and then obviously had a hissy fit and just straight up banned them. So yeah, whoever this person is, I hope they retire. I hope they retire soon, because charity shops do not need this negativity. Like, they seriously do not need people like this in a powerful position, because they're just preventing the charity from getting money for that charity. They are a detriment to that charity. That's what they are. So there we go. I think I've said what I need to. I had to make a video. I had to make a video. And I say it might be seen by people that related to this, but it needs to be said. It needs to be said, because there is still a stigma between resellers and charity shops. I don't think it's ever going to go away. There's still that, I guess, jealousy, maybe. I guess it is jealousy, but it shouldn't be jealousy at all, because if, again, I'm repeating myself, but if they knew the amount of effort that we put in to generate that higher price, they'd be like, okay, fair play, like, a lot goes into that. And like I was saying to the chap before I left, I said, you know, if you've got something priced at £5 and I manage to sell it for 20, I'm only getting about £7 in profit after tax and fees, and if you offer free postage or whatever. You know, the amount I'm actually making is nowhere near what the final value price is. So, I don't know. But it is what it is. And I'm not going back. So, yeah, like I said, I just hope it isn't gonna spiral out of control. I hope not. I just didn't think I was known enough. It's bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre. But it just shows you the power of sort of. Sorry, I'm sliding away here. It just shows you the power of sort of social media. Is YouTube social media? I guess it is, isn't it? It's sort of in a weird way. But yeah, it just shows you. You know, people recognise these things, and then they're quick to jump to conclusions, and bring the hammer down. So there we go. So I can't wait for car boots to start again. I can't stress enough how much I'm looking forward to car boots starting again, because they can film there and it's fine. hopefully. I will try to. I'm going forward. I'm going to try and film there more, because public place, isn't it? It's a field. Can't take it not film. Hopefully, we'll see. But so that's that. So yeah, I just. Personally, obviously I'm disappointed by what's happened, but I'm just not sure how my future videos are going to be. I don't want to jeopardise the few charity shops I do go to, on the grand scheme of things, by filming but you know, obviously providing information, helping people out, but not in a selfish way, not making anything for me. So yeah, I don't know. Next video is going to be a sales video, so nothing, you know, no harm there. But after that, I'm not sure. I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to be really careful. Obviously, I try not to get people in it anyway. It's all about the product in the charity shop. It's never about the people in there. But yeah, I need to be really careful, don't I? Or I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll sleep on it and let you know in a future video. But yeah, I can't be getting banned from too many. I'll run out. I'll run out of charity shops to go to. There won't be any left. I'll leave it there. It's a weird one. been a weird one. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks. Get me over 1,000 and I'll start making money from these videos. And I'll feel a bit better about making them. Oh, man. Yeah, I'll leave it there. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. It'll be more positive. I just needed to get this out. I needed to get it off my chest into the open, into the wider world. See you later.